By now you know what has to happen. The Bengals have to get to 9-7, and they have to have some help. You know, some teams would kill just to get that chance in Week 17, but not this team. They expected better, and they didn't get it this season. Here is the scoop on Week 17 at Paul Brown Stadium.
Even before the Bengals know for sure if the playoffs have slipped through their grasp this season, some players have already handed out grades for the team's 0-6 performance.
This team has had a below average year, in my opinion. You know, not just, I mean, I'm never going to try to pin anything on one guy. Saying where one guy shouldn't get all the success, one guy shouldn't get all the blame. I mean, this is a team sport, and this team has, we have, in my estimation, we have grossly underachieved.
Too much talent, man. We've worked too hard, you know, to get to where we are. And to make it the way we did last year, of course, you already know our sights were set on getting to Miami. You know, it's not all over yet, so we got to see what happens.
The Bengals could have nailed down a playoff spot the day before Christmas in Denver. Instead, they're one of 11 teams that start Week 17 with a chance to get in, but no guarantee.
We ain't worried about the playoffs. Now I'm worried about the playoffs, playing the Steelers. When we talk about the Steelers, we'll talk about the Steelers.
My focus will be on Pittsburgh and whoever I'm playing against that's on the other side of the line from me. So, you know, after the games, when it's all said and done, then you can look up. But until then, I'm going to keep shoveling.
But to make the playoffs, the Bengals do have to have help. And some players say they won't be able to help themselves from keeping tabs on the out-of-town scoreboard at Paul Brown Stadium.
We're going to occasionally look up there. I mean, I'm not going to say a lot of teams say we're not. I mean, I'll probably look up there more than once, more than twice, more than 3 times. So, you know, but it won't affect the focus of, you know, how we perform on the field. I'm sure everybody's going into the game with the mindset that we got to win this game regardless.
I'm going to try not to, but I'm not going to lie to you guys. When I'm on the bench, going to be looking up at the thing. I'm just being honest, you know. That's what I'm going to do.
Win or lose, Rich Bram said this week he's played his last game. He hopes on Sunday he doesn't have to watch his teammates play for the last time in 06.
We've had some ups and downs here, but the last few years, it's been pretty awesome. You know, going to playoffs, hopefully again this year. We'll see what happens.
You know, to me, New Year's Eve is the most overrated day on the calendar. It does not excite me. By the time you get to the 365th day of the year, that year has already been defined by the previous 364. And what a year it's been for sports in the tri-state. The Bengals and the Reds didn't get there yet, but this town is about so much more than just the Bengals and the Reds. Here's our look back at sports in 2006, thanks to Fox 19 editor and photographer Derek Froelich. Again, you see.
Playoff scenarios matter no more. We had a couple options going into this afternoon's season finale, neither of which could be possible without the Bengals beating the Steelers. Cincinnati loses the game and a devoted player all in the same day. The Bengals start this one by saying goodbye. Center Rich Bram retiring after 13 seasons in stripes. Steelers' second series on their own 35. Ben Roethlisberger's long middle pass intended for Santonio Holmes, picked off by Torrey James. Big Ben's 23rd interception. Torrey returns his 4th pick on the season, 28 yards. That's the Bengals' 19th pick on the year. But Cincinnati goes 3 and out, and Pittsburgh makes the most of its next possession. Pro Bowler Willie Parker punches in a 1-yard run. Steelers 7-0. Second quarter, Bengals get back-to-back first downs after only recording 1 in the first quarter. Chad Johnson picks up 16 yards here, passing Carl Pickens to earn second all-time in receiving yards. Bengals get in the red zone, but settle for a 34-yard Shane Graham field goal. Home team down 7-3 at the break. Third quarter, Steelers must be confused. This isn't wrestling. James Harrison body slams CJ. He gets the 9-yard pickup. 15 more for unnecessary roughness and probably a sore back. And speaking of backs, Big Ben should be on his. Dexter Jackson misses the sack that would have been a safety. No points. Hit the board in the third. Same Steelers drive carries over into the fourth. Bengals get a big break. Steelers drive 89 yards, but Landon Johnson forces the Parker fumble as he tries to make his way to the zone. Jackson scoops up the ball for the touchback, and that's the momentum Cincinnati needed. Carson complete to Chris Henry after that play. The playmaker absent in recent weeks returns at the right time, weaving his way 66 yards to the promised land. Bengals lead 10-7. Steelers quickly answer, though. Parker punches in another red zone run, 134 yards on 37 carries today. Pittsburgh back on top with 7 minutes left, 14-10. Hold your breath moment as Carson loses his. James Ferrier drives Palmer into the turf, knocking the wind out of him. Ferrier flagged 15-yard penalty. Palmer walks off on his own, returning after one play, producing back-to-back passes to Tony Stewart, the second a 5-yard touchdown toss. Stewart's first TD this year gives the Bengals a 3-point lead with a little under 3 minutes. Roethlisberger rebounds. The slant to Santonio, good for a 34-yard pickup, getting the Steelers in field goal range within 2 minutes. Jeff Reed's 35-yard attempt is good, 17 all with a minute 3 left in the game. Then Chris Henry, clutch again, coming down with a 47-yard pass to get the Bengals in field goal range for the win. 4 catches, 124 yards for Chris, and with 12 ticks on the clock, Graham pushes the ball wide right on the 39-yard attempt. Graham's first miss from inside the 40 all season. To overtime, Bengals lose the toss. Steelers ball. They make the most of the opportunity. Ben hits home 67 yards for the score. Steelers end the Bengals season again, 23-7 today's final. A couple words being tossed around the locker room after the game: average and selfish.
We got a lot of problems. Selfishness isn't the reason why we're 8-8. There's a number of reasons. There's a lot of reasons. So selfishness is one of them, but that's not the only reason.
There's forms of selfishness. You know, there's different forms of it. Sometimes it's good because you feel like you're a better player or elite player. Yeah, you want it to try to be better to help the team win. But sometimes it's just about stats.
I'm just interested to make sure, are we going to fix these changes? I mean, all the coaches know what the problems are. You know, they don't need me to have a press conference about what the problems are. They understand what the problems are. I just want to see them get fixed. Because, like I say, next season will be my 12th season, and pretty soon I'll be doing what Richard did today. And for anybody to tell me, well, stay positive, I don't have time to stay positive.
I'm not selfish because I want to win. Selfish because sometimes as a receiver you want the ball to help your team win. I mean, that's what it all comes down to. Selfish in that way, then yeah. But other than that, man, I'm not sure what it's meant by that.
You have to be selfish to a certain degree, but that's what makes you. That's the competitiveness that drives you. It just can't hurt the team, and I don't think it got to the point where we hurt the team. You know, you want the ball. They should want us to want the ball. It just can't interfere with our team, and I don't think it has.
Well, we'll end on a positive note. Good. Chad Johnson leads the league in receiving yards at the end of the season, holding off Marvin Harrison today. So that's nice.
That is something good. Thank you, Tara.